First of all, I want to thank you and the ranking member for all of the work, and I certainly appreciate Senator Warner and Senator Corker's work on this and their overtures and effort to try to get to a place that we could be supportive. For me, this reform affects major parts of our economy and, most importantly, directly impacts not only the housing but the personal finances of almost every American. And I believe that reform is necessary. I'm not one of those who believe that reform is not necessary, and it's in that spirit that I worked with my colleagues to try to get to that. But I just want to make, and I'd like my full statement to be included in the record, but I want to make 3 critical points as we move forward. You know, what reform should look like, in my view, it has to maintain affordability and access for credit-worthy borrowers. It has to protect taxpayers. It has to preserve financial stability, and it's got to promote broad-based economic growth and job creation. And it's got to equitably serve all communities through all cycles of the market. And I think any transition has to be planned to minimize disruption. Secondly, while we've made some progress on some of these issues, before we pull the trigger on a major overhaul, we need to be confident that each element can work as intended and that the system includes sufficient fallbacks in case parts of it don't work as planned. And we need to have a clear understanding of the effects on home ownership costs and access, both the size of the impact and the distribution, as well as the financial stability, economic growth, and taxpayer protection. Finally, I have concerns that the bill as written could unnecessarily limit home ownership opportunities for credit-worthy borrowers without adding additional benefits for taxpayers. And it's critical that the system does not needlessly exclude first-time homebuyers like I once was, who do not come from historically favored backgrounds and who may not be purchasing a home in historically favored communities, but can afford to buy a home and responsibly pay their mortgage. So those are some of the critical issues that I'm looking at, Mr. Chairman, as we move forward. And I'm happy to engage, as I have engaged, in a good faith effort to try to get there.